Peace and love, you guys. Salute to the beautiful people. I wanted to speak really quickly about something that I find to be so bizarre that I saw with the speech given by Beyonce at the Kamala rally in Texas. So, of course, Beyonce came out and gave her official public endorsement of Kamala. And the rally was held in Houston, I believe, on Friday. And, Beyonce just sauntered onto the stage before giving a very quick speech. And I guess to the dismay of many people that were there, because they were expecting not only to see her, but to see her perform. And that didn't happen. So a lot of people were definitely perturbed that they did not get a performance. As many of them, as I keep seeing across the board, they were there expecting some type of performance and did not get that. But she made her way up there. She gave a quick speech, basically cajoling the camera and the attendees to, quote unquote, think about the grandmothers, as they make the vote for Kamala. So many things, you guys, were disturbing to me about what I saw on this particular stage. Firstly, was how she and Kelly Rowland made their way to the stage. How they made their way to the stage. What the fuck was that, you guys? Kelly wore a huge zoot suit, first of all, that looked like she's grabbed it straight out of goddamn Cab Calloway's closet, except for the fact that she could never look as smooth, okay, as the great ancestor Cab. That's number one. But for whatever reason, she wanted to look like a man, okay? Straight up and down, masculine energy, masculine figure. And then you had Beyonce, who was wearing her little short black dress and a huge wig made of some helpless pony's tail some damn where in the world. Poor pony, okay? Because his tail was on that woman's head. But, it was wild to me. Just the imagery alone, just the messaging within the imagery alone was so loud to me. I'm not sure if anybody else peeped that, but it was definitely speaking very bluntly, very boldly to me. As they came out, they made their way out hand in hand, okay, holding hands like a married couple. You have Kelly in her suit, you have Beyonce in her dress, and it was just the projection of male and female dynamic, okay? I couldn't help but immediately notice that the image that was being projected was basically some caricature of male and female, some synthetic imagery of the masculine and the feminine. It was absolutely bizarre to me. It was a bizarre display, y'all. Kelly's overaggression, the way she was speaking in her speech, in her delivery, and Beyonce's, supposed demure femininity. It was weird as fuck, y'all. Was this supposed to be, some type of, juxtaposition, of masculine and femininity as, being able to be assumed by womanhood, the not necessarily needing a male presence in order to assume that posture? Was Kelly's maleness supposed to, incite the thought that, oh, okay, I am strong, I am powerful, but I don't need a man to be that. I don't need a man present in order to assume that. It was very, very, very weird. It definitely gave off the, I can do it all by myself kind of independent woman nonsense that we see and that we've heard, particularly within our community. But that is a definite theme within the quote unquote feminist ideology as a whole. Or I can do it all by myself type of rubbish. And how convenient that they have, of course, two black women represent this long-standing hoax on stage in front of a bunch of women. Okay. And it's basically presenting an aspect within our community, particularly that has never been a helpful mindset for us to uphold within our community. It's garnered nothing but single ladies in our community and fatherless homes for over 50 years. And it's been among the problems that we face in our community for over 50 years. This particular mindset of our women and their being reinforced for their apartness from Black men and from maleness as a whole. Right? And wanting to assume a sense of authority via an alleged or supposed maleness, them taking on the role of the masculinity. You understand what I'm saying? And so you can see how that dynamic was at work visually between Kelly and Beyonce's presentation on that stage. Very, very weird to me, you guys, the fact that it's still being pushed down the throats of young women and most importantly, Black women. Okay, very harmful, very dangerous, I felt. Meanwhile, both Kelly and Beyonce are married women with children at that. So, the imagery was shocking on every level. And it was certainly meant for that reason to incite, a consciousness that would accept a full frontal view of this type of woman on woman by way of a male-female dynamic, a transgenderism, if you will, the assumation of female power existing and being able to exist and to thrive outside of masculinity. This was the projection on the stage, and it was very clear as soon as I saw it what the motive and the attention and the agenda was. And also on the issue of them both being mothers, it was for that reason that I found it absolutely appalling that they could stand on that stage and endorse another female who is relentlessly bombing children in Palestine and who is basically sitting at the foot of a genocide happening in the Congo and the Sudan as we speak. Okay, the Biden-Harris administration is also funding and conspiring, within a covert genocide that is taking place, particularly in the Congo and the Sudan. The Palestinian operation is quite overt, but the Congolese and the Sudanese is definitely a covert operation, but it is happening nonetheless, They are supporting this woman, this administration that is at the helm of this type of action against Black people and Palestinian people right now. This is a woman who is unflinchingly murdering women, children, and men around the clock without fail, without a stutter of her step. But disgustingly, Beyonce during her speech said, "Oh, I'm not here as a celebrity tonight. I'm here as a mother." Are you really? Are you really here as a mother? You're here as a mother, convincing women who may be potentially mothers themselves in that crowd and any other woman who was watching the telecast, women, that their major focus in this country should be, not matters that tap into maybe perhaps things about being properly paid in ratio to men within their fields, right? Who do the same type of work, being paid on par with men. They shouldn't be paying attention to things like ending discrimination within institutions, from everything in medical practices to education to banking discrimination that particularly Black people face. You're not telling them to focus on things like that. You're not telling them to focus on ongoing forever wars that are at hand currently. No, they shouldn't have their focus and attention on that, but that their focus should instead be on abortion. Are you serious? I can't even describe my level of repulsion at hearing all of these types of nonsensical things, you guys. It was insane to me looking at that. She goes on about little girls and grandmothers and the future. This is Beyonce giving all types of ice cream talk, all types of carrot cake, sweet candy icing talk about little girls and fluffy things and, let's get together in a future for our girls and think about the grandmother. All this type of sweet talk, right? Sugar everywhere. Meanwhile, the person that she endorses has taken the lives of countless little girls and little boys and grandmothers right now. She has no thought or care about their futures. She has no thought or care of what could have been for those babies bombed while still in their incubators. She has no care about the women who are pregnant right now, but being allowed to starve because Kamala's administration is in support of Israel denying aid and relief and all types of food and everything else that's needed from entering their country. Where is the female posture for all of those women in Sudan right now being killed by U.S.-backed militia who are escalating all types of assaults and disgusting sexual violence and atrocities right now? Where is the female posture for that? It's sickening to hear and see these women up there on that stage in support of this, because this is what their stamp of approval is going towards. Yet they get up there and they preach, to the audience about, their bodies and that they have a right to the agency of their bodies. Oh, you can't tell us what to do with our bodies, right? That's the whole spiel and the whole folly of the campaign, basically, that Kamala is running on right now because she has no pull or means of persuasion anywhere else. So now she has to attack the women and their sense of rights and try to play the feminism game now, because she has no pull or no persuasion anywhere else. Okay? So she's telling them, you can't tell us to do with our bodies, and trying to get people to chant and say, yeah, actually, no, I'm a woman. You can't tell me what to do with my body. Yet Congolese and Sudanese and Palestinian women are losing theirs. They're losing their bodies. Their bodies are under earth. Their bodies are under rubble. Their bodies are under gunfire. Because this government doesn't see life, they just take it. Now, I've spoken about the dangers of celebrityism and how it's used as a veil and basically a placebic tool. It's a means to herd in the sheep mentality of the society. That's what they want to foster. That's what they want to ferment within you, is a sheep mentality. And I really do urge our cognizance at this time, and always, I really do urge the cognizance of our people, particularly, get yourselves as informed as possible on the matters that are going on abroad and here. Don't be taken in at level 1. Black, no sugar, please.